next year. When did you get going? It can't be this year. That's not even short term. That's not even that comes with not planning. Or maybe that comes with premature expectation. Either way, what we're looking for here are not all the answers, but some of the information that'll help inform the strategies by which we follow up. And today, as usual, on a Tuesday, I'm joined by experts in the crypto field because what we are trying to do is open up the eyes to the possibilities of what exists out there, not only as a lifestyle, but something of a life game changer, if I can call it that. And the crypto world definitely has those possibilities. I'm joined today in studio by Mr. Soyiso Mpunzi, co-founder of House of Crypto. And we are joined virtually by Mr. Lucian Godfrey, who's also a crypto guru in his own right. And yeah, well, yes, and I mean, we want to tap into the minds, gentlemen. We want to tap in. Lucian, good morning. Now Soyiso, good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Soyiso. Thank you guys for having me here.
Lucian, I can't hear you. I don't know if you've unmuted yourself there. Because we're going to need that level of yours in order for us to be able to communicate properly. I can see he's got his whole setup in place. It's just that hearing him is not is a bit of a problem. Can you hear me, my brother?
Yes.
Okay, good. We've got you. We've got
Can
you on
you
the
hear me
line.
now?
Awesome stuff. Thank you, man. Look, let's get let's put some perspective on this. You're also an author, somebody who has found enough information and confidence to actually put it all in text into some kind of a format that people can revisit over and over and over again to get to understand things like your NFTs and the market and how all of these things play around. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in crypto before we get started, Lucian?
Thank you so much, Keith. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Fantastic. Okay, so first of all, thank you for inviting me here, and I'm always happy to share. So I got into the crypto field back in 2016, and back then one Bitcoin was like 7,000 rand, and I was working I was working as a courier driver as well as a um, Uber driver on weekends. So I spent like literally 16 hours a day at work, etc. So I found the crypto industry fascinating for different reasons, which we will get into later on. And over time, as I've delved more into the market and understanding it better, then it basically changed my position where I am now. A few years later, I'm working full time from home, and yeah, the family is happy to have me around all day.
Nice. and I mean it starts like this. Sometimes it almost starts like an idea that turns into something of a lifestyle. So it's good that you know the immediate benefits, like you're saying, the family is happy to see you around during the day,
Sure.
which would be very rare if you were still driving or doing any of the other work that you are doing, because that's not only hard work, it's tedious and it's long hours, so you don't get to spend as much time. What made you go into cryptocurrencies? This is what I want to talk about, that switch over. So Iso told us his story. We know. So I
Sure.
want to know, like, when did you make the change to say, you know what, I need to inform myself some more because I think this may be something that works for me.
So I actually share my story in the book, but the reason why I got into the industry was mainly, I believe that it was actually a bit selfish because I only
Mm,
thought about myself. I wanted to spend more time with the family. I wanted to work from home like I'm doing currently. And when I learned about this and realized that, you know what, cryptocurrencies are actually limited. So when you go to YouTube and you watch a video and you see how money comes into existence, whether it's the rand, whether it's the dollar, it doesn't matter which currency. It comes into existence through fractional reserve banking, which means they are currently printing money. To educate yourself, you can go to YouTube when you guys have time, if you're listening in. However, cryptocurrencies are limited. So the more demand there is, generally, the price would go up. So I made a vow that if I can have enough money, that my basically I was earning 8,000 rand per month. So I made sure that I save up 100,000 rands worth of when I had 100,000 rands worth of crypto in 2017. I gave in my last resignation, and
Wow.
I've done it a few times. That the final was basically save up about 100K. Obviously, I didn't. It didn't cost me 100K because crypto would go up. So, but at the end of the day, when my portfolio was worth 100,000, then I left. I gave my last resignation, and I just started. Like I said, it started selfish, but then it go into helping more people because I found out that there are so many people out there that is also maybe working 16 hours per day, or some people just love their job. They are not looking to leave it, but they just want to make some extra income. So I started creating awareness. That's basically the
Sure.
gist.
Mr. Mpunzi,
Mm.
we speak of crypto on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to touch on this week, with the assistance of yourself and Mr. Godfrey, private sale of cryptos, and their utilities.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we get an intro to the exchange of cryptos in the first place? Because obviously we need to guide people through.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the reason we want to cut to the chase between those private sale tokens and NFTs with Lucian.
Yes.
And the funny thing, me and Lucian have never met face to face like
Sure.
that, and that's how the world of technology works. But if you can see the transactions that happen between the two of us, it's crazy. Like we've seen each other, and it goes without saying that there's something huge that we are building, and Lucian is good. Let me just say that he's one good guy. He's very passionate about what he does.
Right.
He charges by the hour.
As one should when your time is valuable. If lawyers can do it,
So we're trying to cut to the chase. The year is almost done.
Yes.
So we basically specialize in promoting some NFTs, which Lucian basically will speak about, and some private sale tokens. And the reason why we are helping a lot of people make money in that field is because we invest in tokens that are not found even in the exchanges.
Okay.
So when you look at the normal exchanges, your Luno, Altcoin Trader, ChainX, Coinbin, and stuff like that, you're looking at coins that have already circulated. They are already there because now they've been publicly launched.
Yes.
So our private sale tokens are actually, before they reach that phase where they are available for sale, then we participate in those pre-sale, and then we take advantage of the fact that from pre-sale to actually being launched on an exchange, our people, our clients have been with that journey. They've been there for the longest time. Number two, we're not just looking for pump and dumps of tokens and stuff like that. We're looking for tokens that actually provide utility. What projects are around this particular kind of cryptocurrency? Is it a long-term project? Is it short-term and stuff like that? So that you can see the sustainability. You can see that this is something not to be, that you don't need to watch 24/7 and stuff like that. So we're looking for those particular kind of utility tokens, if I may put like that. What goes on around that particular one? I think I mentioned one time when I first heard of Amino, in fact, from Lucian mentioning Amino and stuff like that. And I saw Amino in Liverpool and Manchester was playing. I was like, these are the kind of things that people don't even know off. People didn't even see that there's amino being advertised there and stuff like that. So there's a lot that's happening, and there's utility, there's proof of work around those particular projects that we are
And it's
investing in.
there. It's there in broad daylight.
It's
but
there,
if you don't
but
have the
you
information,
don't have the information, and you don't have the curiosity, you don't have the zeal to actually say, what's amino? Why is amino all over this state?
right?
So those kind of things, they are there, they are working, and so we come in there to say, we're gonna guide you into making sure that you put your money to where it will actually work for you,
Got you.
because there are projects that are working already. So your money being part of that particular project will put you ahead by far than a lot of other people.
Lucian, let's get into NFTs because we're gonna bounce between both of you guys for the benefit of getting as much information. And remember, again, what we cover in 30 minutes, you can also you'll get information on how to contact and get further information. We try to at least summarize it in as much in a concise way as possible. Lucian, tell us about NFTs. Like, what are they and why do they exist? Briefly, and maybe just to give people a link between what we're talking about and
Sure.
what Soyiso was talking about.
Okay, so people have heard of Bitcoin and they know that it runs on the blockchain. Now, when it comes to NFTs, it also runs on the blockchain, but NFTs is actually not a coin. So if we break down NFT, it actually stands for non-fungible tokens. So what does this mean? It's not rocket science. Like in COVID, we became familiar with the words like lockdown and all of those kind of things. So non-fungible stuff have been existing, but we didn't just hear it so much. So now with NFTs, what non-fungible means that it is unique. So if I were to have a 10 rand note, I can exchange it with you for 2 5 rand coins. Then it's the same. So they are fungible. You can exchange it. There's nothing unique about it. But if I have a 1 Series BMW, you also have a 1 Series BMW. We can't just decide, okay, you know what, you take my one, I take your one, and done. We need to do a change of ownership because there's a unique VIN number to that. There's a uniqueness to it. Now, the same with each NFT. There may be, maybe in a collection, 10,000, but at the end of the day, each one is basically unique. So to basically move a bit forward, there are different use cases. So some people like it for the artwork of it. Some people like it for the benefits that they, for instance, get. So let's say you buy my NFT, and then you can get access to my course. When you log into my website, it picks up that you have my NFT, so you don't have to pay. If you don't have my NFT, maybe you pay 10K, etc. Snoop Dogg launched this new music. Basically, so when he launched him and his son Medic, when he launched this NFT project, so now when you have his NFT, you earn royalties from the music that he's actually making. So I was able to purchase, because it's limited. It obviously, as demand increases, who doesn't like Snoop Dogg? So knowing that he's working on something new, there are a huge demand for it. So that are some of the use cases. Like for instance, the final one that I'm going to mention. Everyone has heard of Gary Vaynerchuk. So
yes,
he is a Wall Street. He basically written many books that basically became top sellers. So at the end of the day, so now when he launched his NFT project, he said, you know what, buy 12 of my books, and then what you will get is direct access to myself, and you'll also get direct mentorship from me. So there are different utilities depending on what you are interested in. People bought 12 books. Let's say they paid 200 rand a book, so they bought 12 books for 2,400 rand, but then they got an NFT for free, and that NFTs are selling for hundreds of thousands, etc.
Amazing.
So yeah, it depends on what you are basically.
So would it be fair to say then that there are NFTs for all different levels of needs, basically, or outcome, depending on what it is you want to access or tap into?
Yes. Like our first world countries, they are tapping into NFTs. Let's say your medical record is basically an NFT. So if you go to this doctor here, or you see this hospital, and something were to happen to you whilst you're on holiday in a different country, they don't know what you are allergic to and all of those kind of things. And some private hospitals keep that information to themselves. They make as if
Yeah.
it's theirs, because data is the new money. So now countries are waking up, and they put your information, basically make it available and make it transparent. So now, if you were to be unconscious, they can still basically access your medical records without needing to get in touch with others, because the data is yours. So the nice thing about it, it's transparent, and the fact that obviously it is secure, so it cannot be changed, and that is why it also runs on the blockchain, same as with Bitcoin.
And you still maintain your control. We talk about control week in, week out. You still maintain your control, your autonomy when it comes to NFTs.
Exactly. I mean,
And that
sorry. I mean, you. There's no way we can be in this space, and still expose ourselves like that if we're not to mention control or be in control of what we are basically doing.
Okay.
And the good thing that, as Luciani mentioned, the fact that it's unique, actually emphasizes the point of control to the person that NFT is specifically assigned to and stuff like that. In fact, I should confess that I want to say Lucian made me buy 3 NFTs recently, and because it was a new field even for myself. Yes, I've known about it, but the real purchase was basically, very new.
To take action on it.
And now, and then after we cut the call, I'm actually now looking at what I've bought, and I'm noticing that every time I go to a website that has got the NFT where I log into whatever, the minute I click my name, all of the NFTs I've bought actually appear.
Wow.
Or the minute I click a certain NFT, I can see who actually has purchased that NFT, and including myself. So that part where he's talking, like, I like the example he made of the VIN number of a particular. That's why when you go for car license registration, they say, what's your VIN number?
Yeah.
They don't ask you for your name and surname, because the VIN number has got every detail, yourself, your car,
the previous owner.
You understand?
Yes.
Everything. So same thing with NFTs. Now, the control part of it is what gives us the better sleep at night, to know that no one can actually alter this information. No one can change it. You can wake up the following day and your NFT does not actually belong to you. So NFT is a declaration that you own some particular kind of project that's happening behind even the artwork.
Okay. And I mean, what problems are there in the marketplace that NFTs are a direct solution for? Let's talk about daily problems that we might run into as people, and how we solve those problems with NFTs in a practical sense.
Okay, so we know how big the music industry is. We know how big the clothing industry is. But it is big, and therefore it also attracts some people who want to take your work for granted, like piracy.
Yes.
So now New Balance is actually exploring NFTs. So for every original New Balance you are buying, you get an NFT. I sent so you saw the other day I sent him a link where Porsche, they are actually distributing an NFT for the car that you are buying. So you can actually say that, you know what, that car was owned by me, and I have the specific NFT. So
wow.
And the final thing is the fact that it is durable. Remember, though it is digital, there's no maintenance on it. Remember when I got into cryptocurrencies in the beginning, I was working as an Uber driver, etc. Then I thought, you know what, if I have a lot of Ubers, and I will be sorted. I bought myself a lot of cars, and at the end of the day, the cars needs to be serviced. The drivers doesn't come home with the money that they need to. They bump my cars and all of those kind of things. I sold all my Uber cars. There's no maintenance on it anymore. And now my NFTs, without maintaining, they are generating me an income every 5 days. So at the end of the day, now I can just my passive income, if it's, let's say my expense is 30K, I can just withdraw 30K worth of coins, and then I change to rands, and then I'm okay. I don't have to deal with divers, etc. Yeah, so that is one of the a few of the major problems that it actually
Yeah.
solves.
And I think I like to focus on that practical part because people always want to know the
The
application.
application, exactly.
The application.
How is this gonna
It's
benefit
one
me?
thing if, okay, guys, my eyes are open to the importance of this kind of investment or getting to know the different kind of coins, etc., understanding the blockchain and all of that. But what am I doing all of that for? Where can I actually apply it? And it's good that we have these examples because
I picked up something also from what he's saying, that the NFTs actually pay him every passive income every 5 days.
yes,
And actually, so like after I bought mine, there was actually a number of you know NFT out of the current blockchain, obviously, that I can actually claim rewards. I can actually claim
sure.
out of owning those particular NFTs. So, like he's saying that you know that your expenses are X amount of money, and your passive income, you're not deducing the value of the NFT. It's money paid to you because you own that particular NFT.
And it's the benefits of playing the game.
It's the benefits of actually owning that particular, being a sort of a shareholder to that particular
Sure.
kind of work that's behind the artwork that you see. So you are getting paid because of the value that is provided by the project that is involved with that NFT.
That is great stuff. And the sale of NFTs, how does that happen?
Like,
Okay, so same as we have Luno, we have altcoin trader, whose exchanges there you buy and sell cryptocurrencies. Now, where you exchange NFTs, it's a marketplace, and the nice thing about NFTs is obviously that you are in charge. So you can just go to a marketplace. You can either purchase or sell them. So there are marketplaces that you can participate in for every blockchain out there. So it's easy, like Luno and altcoin trader. So yeah, it's not a big learning curve.
So let's talk about this book because I'm sure it's also a guideline to touch on even more than what we have time to discuss on the day. Lucian, what areas do you touch on in that book that are helpful to somebody coming into the crypto world, but also for somebody who's already there and maybe needs a broader understanding? What do you touch on, and what do people mostly give you feedback about when it comes to that?
Okay, so I've had my course for a few years, and I know exactly what people want to know, etc. So it the book is there to help a new person, totally new person, to take them from the beginning, A to Z, but then also an experienced person on how do I decide on which ones to basically invest in. Because remember, there are many NFT collections out there. How do you decide which ones? Because at the end of the day, if it legitimate profit making business isn't behind that NFT collection, then I think that it's not going to last long. So it's important to also know that you need to know which ones to actually buy into. So I explain my strategy that I actually use. So most people look at my students' result. One of my students was able to make 2 million this year after joining me in December. Other ones were able to make a bit less, and and even a few more. But people just look at the result. But it's important that you know that there's a specific strategy behind it. So it's important to know to be able to know which ones will actually not be here in 5 years and which ones will actually be here in 5 years. So I cover strategies, marketplaces, wallets, security, very, very important. And I give some bonuses as well. Remember, you can pick up the book just for 85 Rand. So it's not a huge amount of money that you need to fork out. So if you don't want to get into the course, you can learn everything through the book. And if the book
Right.
basically solves that need, then you can always move forward.
And where do they get their hands on this book?
Okay, so the book's name is NFT Millionaire Secret, and you can get the book at nftmillionairesecret.com. That is
Mm-hmm.
where you can basically get the book. And
All
in
right.
fact, at this point of time, you also get the bonus, but you'll have to go there to find out what the bonus is.
Nice. So the crypto world is exciting people. I know that people are starting to think a bit differently about how they spend even their bonuses now, and what they do with money that is surplus to what they're used to. What? How do you convince them to at least come and inquire before they do anything drastic?
I mean, it wouldn't be justice if I would want to convince them.
Well, I mean, how would you
Like
convey that?
I know.
Yeah.
But my point is, I think at this point in time, we're dealing a lot with people who know what they actually want
Sure.
in place already,
Sure.
and they didn't know where to go and stuff like that. So, for instance, like just coming to myself, I know so much already in the crypto space and stuff like that. But I was one of the people who actually, when Lucian spoke about the book, I was one of the people to buy the book because I wanna see what is it that I missed maybe in my years of experience. How can I gain information further what I
Because
actually
everybody's
have?
journey is different.
It's different. Everybody's strategies are different. I don't want to take 10 years to make 5 million instead of buying a 85 friends book that was going to take me 2 years to make money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Sure.
it's like that.
Where there's a better way.
Well, there's a better way. So I want to look and see. Okay. So why am I mentioning this? I'm mentioning this because it's December time now. A lot of people are saying I've got money put aside that I was gonna use to actually gallivant and go to Durban and spend money with friends and stuff like that. But with this kind of information, the book is 85 rand. There's a mentorship course. There's a consultation. You can just come and look. The other thing he mentioned that I love is on the book he talks about the crypto wallets, the security and stuff like that.
Yes, and the marketplace.
You see,
Yeah.
So even though the NFTs is mentioning upon may be a result of a certain company, but we don't buy them necessarily from that company. They are kept in your crypto wallet, NFTs, so that you can still be 100% in control. And when you want to sell your NFT and stuff like that, you don't request from someone else and stuff like that, which is something that we always discuss here. Control, ownership, and making sure that your thing is your thing. So, I mean, the year is almost done. It's almost done. And there are people who are already working to the reality that I haven't done anything throughout this year. I've only got a salary that was paying the bills, and I've got friends that I do nonsense with every weekend.
Right.
And my life is basically up. Every year you celebrate your birthday is a year wasted if you did not participate in things that advance your life. Things like what we're talking about,
right?
Investing in cryptocurrencies, investing in NFTs, knowing what they are, and what are their use cases, what utilities behind them. Now you know that by doing so, you are putting yourself ahead of a lot of other people who choose not to be part of that kind of people who want that information.
Well, you at home, you at work, you at the library, you on the internet, wherever you are catching this from, whether it's now or maybe a bit later on. If you want to get more information, either from Lucian or from Soyiso House of Crypto, you go where?
Okay, with us, you can come to our office, House of Crypto. I think everyone knows our office now, but it's where Take a Lot used to be, in Vincent. Just get in there or give us a call, direct line. My direct line is 081-877-3749, or go Facebook, search for House of Crypto. You'll find us there.
Awesome stuff. Lucian, you said it's www.nftmillionairesecret.com.
Yes, go ahead.
Gentlemen, we could do this all day.
Definitely.
And the day would not be a waste because the eyes would just be opening further and further. The mind would be starting to jog the cogwheels. But in the interest of time, I think let's hold it there, and maybe we'll pick it up again at another stage where we can unpack different areas. It's great to also speak with other people who are part of the same lifestyle, but obviously doing things in their own way as well. But also as testament, Lucian, that there is many ways to do things in life and get it right. And so we love the fact that you've chosen the way that you've chosen, because others might even get inspired now to say, well, I actually also wanted to spend more time with my family, and I also think if I learn more about this, I'll be able to do so. So thank you so much for your time. People are out there listening, and I'm sure they are not disappointed. In fact, others will be inspired. And the book is there, as well as the information, thanks to House of Crypto as well. Gentlemen, have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday further. And hopefully the people are going to respond in kind by reaching out and doing best with the information that's available. Thank you, fellas.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. Thank you for listening in.
This is KN.